Alright, welcome back to Soul Spark Tarot. And today, I believe we're on day number 5 for our 25 days of Christmas readings. So we're preparing, getting ready for that little null period before New Year's. And then we're ready to give it a good first trial run for the New Year's. And then what we should be doing is expecting to follow the Chinese year calendar as well, so we can reconcile both parts of ourselves, our western side and our eastern side. So let's prepare to rebirth the new 2 different times, to get a second wind. And we're doing that right now. This is December 5th, and we're preparing for April, March. So let's get ourselves there right now. And let's get our mindsets prepared on something new. Alright, so let's see what our energy is. Our overall energy for December, it was us, I believe, trying to see our own energy in new ways. What kind of energy do we need? And our solution was to see ourselves in a new way. So previously on Soul Spark Radio, the title I believe was called Recasting the Past or something like that. And we had to go back and give different roles to those persons of old so they can behave in a new way. The idea is that they won't change, but if they act in another way, then you can get them into your present moment. You can get more energy into your present moment because the role that can't change is not changing, but what it is acting like does. And this is the idea of, one actor playing many roles versus one actor playing the same role through many movies. Similar concepts, and both of those similar concepts are absolutely not the same as something new every single time. We're not new every single time, which is why I want us to understand how to carry over this energy from before we even got to December to now we're in December. We're just practicing acquiring energy, and then we're transmuting it in a way of consistency to where that shows up in our lives as discipline. This is what we're doing, and it's simple. You're just showing up and listening to each one of these readings. Doesn't matter what time. What matters is you took the time and you made something out of it, which means you can replace it with something else. What is our overall energy for today? Let's find out what our overall energy is for the day, December 5th. It's Christmas Day. 5th December. I saw it, but I don't know if y'all saw it. Let's get 2 clarifiers, please. I saw that one, and here's your other 2. Oh, damn. This is crazy. Oh, alright. So, okay. First of all of this is built from temperance. So the energy that we see here is created from temperance. So the idea is for what I'm seeing instantly is right on par. But let me show you this first. Perfect. So 2 candles is showing that we got 2 options. 2 card always represents 2 options. But this 2 card literally is expressing the idea of what I just said, which was the same actor acting in a whole bunch of different movies versus the same movie being acted out by a bunch of different actors like Spider-Man or Batman. Those two different ways operate in a similar way, but it's not the same whatsoever as, let's say, a romance comedy. This is what we call nullification or null. It's not saying what you have is wrong. What it is saying is it's not what I'm looking for. So, it's specification. I'm nullifying all of these different things because it does not matter. I'm looking for this. So when you walk into the grocery store and you know you're there to go pick up some napkins and some ice cream, you're not going to really pay attention to anything else in the store if you are literally running in there and running out. So the idea is you're nullifying everything in a grocery store, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This dynamic is being expressed with the Two of Candles. The Two of Candles is expressing this in a simple manner. The manner is, are you going to continue to temper the things that you have, or are you going to continue to live in the way that you've done before? The energies are saying, come to me, but you also saying, do for me. So you don't want to just have them, you want to also have them work, have them create, be able to manifest and animate something that was previously, let's say, dead. Previously, just rubble, the dust. How can we put a spark into a body where we can keep it going? Well, it starts off small and it begins with a thought. And that thought is simple. What do I want to do? What's on the naughty list? What do I want to do? What's on my nice list? What do I want to do? Where am I going? What do I want to do? That is how this is flowing. So as you take a deep dive into yourself and you look at who you are, you understand what you're doing, and you understand how you've been, and you understand all the differences that you've changed into and changed from, you're deciding to take a new approach in how you view them, how you judge them, how you determine what is on the nice list, and how you determine what parts of you are on the naughty list. This is help you make all decisions in your life. All decisions. Is it good for me? Is this relationship good for me? Is this family dynamic relationship good for me? Is this time spent with family good for me? If this job is good for me, is this part of the job good for me? Is it tradable? Is it negotiable? Is it worth it? Is it sacrificial? Is it a necessity? What do I do? How do I judge it? These things are changing, but more importantly, there's a new idea that was brought to you, and it is turning something upside down. I want to read this one for you. So, again, for me, I do reversals, but that means feminine energy. That means things pertaining to the internal you inside instead of doing things on the outside. So, the idea is this is going to mean something to us on the inside. And that inside is going to be coming from the meaning of both of this card in both positions, but you got to apply it towards yourself. All right. So, have you been feeling lost in a fog? Have you been feeling dazed, aimless, confused? Consider what you really want and come up with a realistic plan to get it. Giving yourself a goal will help you find the motivation and the focus that you're lacking. So you don't have a personal goal. I think that you want to do things on the outside of you, but I don't think that you have been realizing the things that you need inside of you. I like to say this is my medicine, And my medicine that I need, I got to stop doing things on the outside, of course, we all do. And to stop something means to break. To be breaking means to decelerate. So you got to appreciate the time. So don't force it. If you need to immediately force things, then put your mindset on it doesn't exist anymore. There's no turning back. Burn the bridge. There's no way possible to go back. And then once you start to realize that you are the common denominator between all of it, you got to start to realize what causes you not to see. But then you got to take a little temperance break to realize that you are the combination of multiple things. So this is where the judgment list comes in. I don't know and understand certain things like the Bible. If you're a Christian or any, I studied multiple religions for a little bit in school, but I decided to continue to take those kind of classes. And when I was studying like world religions and things, this is a while ago actually. I haven't really thought about this in a minute, but there is a common principle, man, and the commonality is what has already been kind of established by everybody. They all have a name for it, prana, newt, what I'm referring to is like the chaotic waters is what they all say. That's just air, bro. But it's water. But air is water, and people forget that. It's like gas particles are like fish inside the ocean. Like it's crazy to see, but that's what we are. It's like we're in an ocean, but if this is an ocean, and then you got lower densities called liquid water, then you got higher densities above, plasmic, ethereal, any other of the different words. What this is telling us is that because we're multi-layered on an infinitude, we have to start to appreciate the things that actually change our mood, change our personality, not the little things that make us tick and turn and be who we are in a single moment. We're looking at the things that make us core, and the core thing about us is a multitude of things with a common denominator. So you got to go back and find what is your common denominator between all of these things, and it's you, but which you? So like for instance, if I had to use myself for an example, I had to make a decision. I'm realizing that my medicine that I need to always have, and that I'm okay with losing. Again, nothing is ever set in stone forever. So, the medicine, you're not even supposed to take medicine all your life, kind of thing. Like that is the idea of being healthy. You don't need it. You don't need the extra stuff, but it's always nice to get the boost, right? This is what we call supplementation versus medicine. But anyways, the medicine aspect, like cough medicine, you take it until you feel better, and then you wean yourself off of it. That is what yoga has been to me. I've always done it, then I wean myself off, and then I do it and wean myself off. But I've been revaluing and taking a new approach, and I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to wean myself off of it anymore. At least that's what I feel like I don't want to do. And I think this will help with my own internal fogs. I don't have the clarity, but that's because a part of me isn't clear on how to handle whatever you're doing in that present moment. So when I'm just chilling and relaxing and I haven't done anything or feel like there's nothing for me to do, but then there's things I could do, and it's like a fight between struggling and getting to what I need to get done and being productive versus not feeling lazy. Two different things on the same spectrum versus relaxation. Is it being lazy if I'm chilling on the beach, on vacation with my family? Is that being lazy? Well, one part of you will always think that is, because that one part of you always wants to be working. And then there's one part of you who will be like, bro, you still doing too much. Because that one part of you wants to always be lazy. So you are already this mediary. You already are this temperance energy. Oh, and then the strength is below it. So because you're already this energy, you need to take the time to really try to see and appreciate what gives you the strength. And that strength, in my example, is the you. But you have to realize which version of you, which fool is entering which holiday door. So, let's get a final message. The two presents, I just wanted to split that. So it's literally, thank you, I appreciate y'all. I was told to not just give you the idea of the self taking the passion. It is you making a decision upon a pathway. It's you literally doing something or not. Damn. Ultimatums with the universe. That sucks because the universe within you is what it is. I got two things on my mind that I'm thinking, but it's hard, because again, we're looking through moderation. But the moderation is inhibiting certain things, but it does allow for other things. So what do? If I'm this way and that way all the time, I'm balancing between these two. I'm balancing between these two. What do I go to? How do I revalue them if I value both of them? Let's say this is a girl and she's, stuck between two dudes that she like. Let's say this is a guy who's stuck between that girl and his dream job. Let's say I'm the other guy who's stuck between that girl and then my mom or something. Taking care of my mom or my little brother. What do you do? What is the good decision? What is the bad decision? Who's on the naughty list? Who's on the nice list? How do you make these choices? Who is on which list when I make my choice for me? Why am I not clear? Well, you got two passionate options, but you got two clear pathways. And that's the key. I think the pathway is what's going to give you the clarity. So we're going to look at seeing what medicine keeps us on the pathway. Because again, the full card in the movie, Jack is at this position to where he's actually asleep. He was sleepwalking. He was sad. Then he woke up and it was like, yo, what is this? This is all new. This is all crazy. I don't know anything, but he was excited. He had a lust for life. He was like, oh, I needed something like this. I'm so intrigued. That's the kind of energy that you just need to be taken into this judgment call when you're making this list. When you're making it, I'm hearing cooking. So imagine me making some soup and I'm like, okay, I got my baseline recipe in there. And then it's like, but me, I really like this ingredient. So I'm going to add a little bit of this. And then I like the taste of this. So I'm going to add a little bit of that. And then, I saw this on TikTok. So I'm going to add this to it and see what that do. And, I like the smell of this. Smelling good. Yes. That kind of energy is what needs to be taken into this list. If you're taking that energy into this list, then you're going to have the chance to see what really energizes you. Walk the path that takes that passion and makes you say, oh, I like this. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Oh, walk that path. Those are energies that we can all enjoy and appreciate. Your passions, whether it's this one or that one, it's going to be your passion. But you want to take the temperate route that will let you walk that pathway that will allow you to continue to walk that passion. Which passion? The passion that makes you say ooh and ah. That smells good. pathway that helps you be confident knowing that you got your ancestors next to you. The universe is walking with you. Confident to know that you're in your pathway even if you don't know the pathway. You're on a pathway of curiosity, so that's the way that you can always use to see clearly. This is the temperance energy, which is you allowing yourself to be you even if it's not the you that you want. Damn, I just don't want to be mad right now, but I'm so fucking pissed. But I just don't know why, bro. I'm so happy, but I'm crying, man. I don't know. My tears is just falling. I just can't help it. I don't know. Either way you feel either one of these energies, even if I threw this last one in there, I feel like this card is going to match it. But throw the crazy guy in there. Be like, whoa, what you doing? Huh? What's going on? Overthinking energy. But coming up with a new idea, a new plan, that's the idea. So the new idea, the new plan, the new way to view, the new way to perceive, the new curiosity, the state of being that you're in, that's the key on this day of 5. Change. But if you continue changing, if you can change over and over and over, that's called temperance. So let's make sure we can get the changes that we need to see today. And those changes should be coming into our mind about what we want to see. And again, it's not what we want to see, it's how do I see when I can't? What is a way for me to see when I can't see? How can I recognize that I'm feeling foggy? And what can I do to remind myself of the solution that I'm already giving to myself when I can recognize that I'm feeling foggy? What can I tether myself to? What can I use as an emergency regrounding button? What can I do to push the easy button on changing my energy and keeping myself mindful within the present moment? What's our final message on doing this? How can we get clear and stay clear about our passions and our passions' pathways? So that was slow. The devil card comes out. Oh, that's crazy, right? So this is the 5 of needles. That's the change card. The needles is the change of the mind card. So there's been some worry. There's been some doubt. There's been, going back to my example earlier of not knowing how to relax and just sit here and appreciate the present moment, and knowing that that is what's causing me to feel blocked, causing me to feel like I'm unclear. But that's the thing, like we are clear. What you're clear on is what you're passionate about. What you're not clear on is how do I walk my passions. You don't know which one to walk, so you want to clearly walk them both. The idea is if I can plan for this, then I can plan for that, then maybe you can do both. But that's not what we're looking at right now. That's not the energy that we want to introduce to ourselves. I think that's going to be on the 8th. I don't know why I'm saying it. But the 8th. What we're looking at now is recognizing when that we need to make a change in our mindset about the things that we're doing within our lively set. Our lively or lively set is the things that we're doing in our lives at any given moment. Mindful of those things that we are doing to where we can be mindful of the times when we're not doing them. And then we can recognize the not and categorize those things that show us when we're not doing something. And then it allows us to value those things when they're missing from our lives. When these things are missing from our lives, it allows us to see things from a new point of view. Once we can see things from a new point of view, it then further allows us to change how we view what was seen. And this is the rejudgment. We got to now change and say, yes, even if you came home and you drank a glass of wine every day, you got to appreciate the fact that it allowed you to handle whatever you handled. Now, can you moderate it? Can you change it? Can you change your mind about how you felt about it and then go on a new a new journey and be a new version of yourself? Can you do that now without the wine? Can you replace it? Can you switch out your medicine? Again, that was your medicine, that glass of wine after work. Can you change that? Now, instead of getting a glass of wine after work every day, you go to the gym. And now you don't want the wine every day. You want it every other day. Excellent. You see the change? You didn't villainize yourself for being a person who comes home and drinks just to, wash the day away. What you did was you said, all right, cool. Now I'm going to try something new. And then when I'm doing the new things, I'm seeing the changes it's making in myself. It's clear that I don't really want to drink as often as I was drinking. I just wanted to get the edge off of the day. I wanted to feel in control of myself. I wanted to feel like I had some time to me. I wanted to make sure that somebody gave me some medicine. So you made sure to give yourself some medicine, and it doesn't matter how you give it. You determined that your goal was to go and be active every day. So even if you go and you pedal on a bike at the gym, that's active. Even if you go and take a walk, that's active. Even if you decide to clean up your entire house, that's active. You got to put your mind and say, wow, I achieved my goal even if it wasn't super specific. You're not specified every day, and even your goals aren't specifically stuck in time. It changes. Your goals have to change. You know what you are versus not compared to the goal. If you don't do your homework all year, why would your goal be to get an A in a class? That's just a part of it. That's it. So when we start to see what's a part of the things that we want to be around, it allows us to go in and then make that like pivotal change. And that change is to shift, okay, the drinking every day was bad, but it was good because it helped me feel better about, taking control of myself, or made me not care that I didn't have that much control, or whatever the reason was that made you feel like you were relieved when you had your glass of wine. But now you get a different kind of relief. Doesn't matter what kind of relief. It's just a different kind. It's not the wine's relief. Maybe it is a similar sensation, but you're at the gym now and you're drinking less wine. So you've shifted. You've moved. So now, is it bad to drink wine? Are you naturally just saying that because you're drinking less? Is it better to be at the gym? Which one is it? Well, for the mind versus for the body, two different things because they're attached to emotions in two different ways. And if the emotions don't mix, you can even have the same kind of water and they won't mix if there are two different temperatures or buoyancies or salt densities. Things that are the same can be easily separated and categorized. You can make a list. You can scratch off the things that you got versus the things that you don't. So, looking at both of these things is what's going to help us on this day of 5. This day of 5 is met with the 5 of needles. So, whenever you got worrying on your mind, go and face your oogie boogie and categorize it. This is going to lead you to victory. So, all right, people. I got to go. But I'm told to read this, the devil card for you. So I'm not going to read it up or I'm not going to read it down. I'm just going to read what the devil card means in this in this deck. The devil, reading the top part. The devil represents temptation, overindulgence, and bad habits, which happen to be some of Oogie Boogie's favorite things. So, as you're looking at some of your favorite things, the good things, maybe some of those things need to be put on the bad list. Again, like drinking that glass of wine just to relax, but then realizing that you can shift that mindset and say, well, drinking ain't bad. It helped me relax, but neither is working out. That's not bad. Actually, I feel pretty good working out, and I feel pretty bad after working out so much, and then I go drink. So, guess what? I'm going to drink less and work out more, and I've made some adjustments to my judgment list. Do you still drink? Yeah, I'll have a glass here and there. But you used to drink it every day because of your job. I'll have it here and there. But you never used to work out. Yeah, I work out every day. Here and there, I might not, Give myself a rest today. But do you see the difference? So, our first card to come out was this two candles, two different decisions on passionate choices. Your goal is to have a curiosity that is, at its maximum, and then make a judgment call so you can bring yourself clarity. And as you bring yourself clarity, you'll find yourself doing things to make you feel reinvigorated and excited, especially when it comes down to the things that keep you down, these bad habits. All right, people. I appreciate y'all for being here. About to go give myself a good habit right now. See you next time. Peace.